Hello and welcome. It's November, and this is probably might seem a little bit early, but some of us like to plan ahead. And so what I'm going to do in this video is share with you some gift ideas, either for yourself or for someone else that you know who is into their arts and their crafts. So without further ado, also I would like to mention that most of these, the majority of them are under £50. So, and some of them are under £20. So yeah, a good range of prices, but I will put the links to those that I can find, both for UK and US. Yeah, let's get going. Let's see what I'm going to suggest for you all. So I'm going to change my view. Right, here is my first suggestion. It's the Derwent Graphitint Mixed Media set, and it comes in this really nice box. This bit is magnetic, so it kind of clicks into place, and then when you open it up, I'll do it sideways, you've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of the Graphitint pencils, and I've swatched all of those out so that you can have a look. These are water soluble, so you can use them dry, or you can add water to them once you've put them on the paper, or you can use your brush, your paintbrush, a wet paintbrush, on the lead of the pencil and use it that way. So it's really quite versatile. It comes with a water brush, and then you also get 6 of the Graphitint paint pans, and these are the colours that you get: juniper, aubergine, ocean blue, slate green, meadow, and autumn brown. So because you've got the pencils and the paints in here, and it's in this rather nice, I'm just going to keep that there, it's in this rather nice slim box, I think that would make a really nice present for someone. So that is going to be my suggestion number 1. Moving on then. So my next suggestion is this Kuretake Gansai Tambi Art Nouveau set, because I think the colours in here, let's try and get this up the right way, the colours in here are really quite muted, but they're really versatile. So yeah, the Kuretake Gansai Tambi paints are kind of a cross between watercolor and gouache, I think. Some of them are a lot more opaque than most watercolors would be, but you can use them just like watercolor. You just need to water them down a bit more if they're slightly on the opaque side. But this set, I think, has got the most gorgeous colors in it, and you've probably seen many YouTube artists using this particular set. So I would say that this is well worth its money. It's a beautiful little set. Yeah, the vintage set. So there we go. I will put a link to that. You get 24 colours in there. So moving on then, let's see what else I've got to suggest for you. So here are the Art Graph Tailor Shape earth colours, and these are for someone, I think, who likes to use their mixed media. They're just really interesting. Everything that I'm showing you, if you look back on my previous videos, you will see me using them or swatching them out. So yeah, this set is, that's something a little bit different. This is cork, and then you get these, well, they're like people who do a lot of sewing, and they have like the tailor's chalk, so they've got quite a slim edge and corner, but you can use them, you know, going straight across. You can use the edge of them. And this little set has got, you know, a good amount of quite earthy colours. So probably more for someone that likes landscapes. But I think if they haven't already tried these, then these would be something that would be well worth a really different and interesting present for someone. So that is the Art Graph Earth Colours, and it's the tailor shape. There we go. Something that is a nice little stocking filler, I suppose. I'll take it off of here, but so you can find your own notebook. This is a particularly lovely one. But you can find notebooks all over the place. But this is called the Plan With pencil case. It goes over an A5, and it will do an A4. Let me see if I can find an A4. Can we find something that's, here we go. So this is kind of A4, but you would just put it the other way round. So on your A4 you can put it this way, and then on an A5 you can put it long ways. So moving those that are confusing things out of the way, this little it comes with a pocket at the front here that I haven't used, and then you've got space inside to put some coloured pencils, pens. I've got a water brush in here. So if you are wanting to take your sketchbook out, a minimal amount of coloured pencils, maybe that kind of thing, a fine liner, then yeah, this little it comes in different colours, Plan With pencil case is really quite useful, I think. I keep it over a particular book that I'm using at the moment. So yeah, it makes it all quite neat and all together when I'm going out. So that is the Plan With pen pouch for a notebook. And I will put a link to that. Moving on then, I'm going to share with you the Caran d'Ache pencil palette, it's called. And if you have got any pencils that are water soluble, I'm just going to find something that's water soluble. Here we go. I'll put an Inktense on there. You can rub it on, and then with some water, let's just see if I can find, here we go. There's a brush with a little bit of water. You can then turn it into paint, basically, and then you've got your paint there. I think that this makes a nice present to go alongside perhaps the Graphitint set that I showed earlier. I think if you added in this, then that Graphitint mixed media set together with this would be a great idea for taking out and about. So there we have the Caran d'Ache pencil palette, it's called. And you know, the last Plan With pen pouch, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's under a £5. I think this is round about you know, £5. So some of these are not expensive presents. You know, when you go and have a look, you might decide that you could put 2 or 3 of them together, possibly. So that's my next suggestion. Moving on then. Where are you? Here you are. I think that this is rather a nice little palette. It's the Meeden palette with a lid, and I'll put a link to it. So you can see where I've been using mine. You can use it as an actual palette and fill each one of these up and then use the lid as your mixing palette, or you could just use it all to do a particular project, put 2 or 3 colours in and then use all of the rest to mix your colours. So but it is porcelain, so it's just satisfying and quite heavy, and a nice thing to have for in the studio at not a very big price. I think it's about £12-ish. So I think that is quite a nice little addition to someone's art collection or their materials that they are using. So moving on then, Neocolor 2. Right, let me find those. So I think Neocolor 2s are probably, in my mind anyway, I know you can get gelatos and various other forms of kind of waxy type crayons, but for me the Neocolor 2s are the top notch, and you can get a set of either 10 or 15. You can see the colours that come in the set of 15 here. Obviously mine aren't looking like that anymore, and I've changed them over, and they've got different ones in where I've bought you know, from randomly from sort of stock. But I think that as a starting set, this set of 15 is not too bad. So if you're into mixed media, or the person that you're buying for is into mixed media, I think that having some Neocolor 2s is a great addition to your art supplies. And so that's my next recommendation, because I think it's always good to have a few different supplies to keep adding to our mixed media and experimenting more. So what have we got next? Ah, yes. Okay, let me get this one out. So this is the Faber-Castell Polychromos roll. It actually comes in a box, and mine I've altered slightly, so I will leave the link below, because it doesn't come with quite as many as this. I think it goes up to so far, and then I've added a few to it. But I just think that this pencil roll is the height of luxury if you are someone that loves their coloured pencils. I do rate the Polychromos. I think they are really good coloured pencils, and they have a good selection of colours. These are not water soluble, by the way. These are just coloured pencils. But I think also the fact that, I mean, this is suedette, I would call it. So it's not actual suede, but it's a lovely quality pencil roll. And then it has the gorgeous, upside down, the Faber-Castell written on it. And then you can, you know, wrap this around and tie it. She says, there we go. I just think it just makes the most gorgeous present. If you've got these as your coloured pencils, and you're lucky enough to be given these as your first set, then I think you would be overjoyed. I mean, that it is a truly beautiful set of coloured pencils, and it comes in that beautiful presentation box as well. So that is my next suggestion. Moving on then, something that probably doesn't look quite as exciting, but this punches the paper so that the corners of the paper are rounded. And yeah, I just think that it's one of those things that you would kind of say to yourself, oh, it is useful, but yeah, there are other things I need to get that are more important. So sometimes something like this, that if the artist that you know, or if you yourself haven't got it, it doesn't cost very much money. I just think as a stocking filler, that would be a really nice present to give, because it just means that, let me just see if I can find a piece of paper. Let's get some watercolor paper here. Which one should we do? So you just pop it in, oops, press it down, and you can see you get this round corner. Better do them all the same now, hadn't I? Which, you know, if you're making cards, or, you know, you're putting your artwork into a book or something like that, it just looks a lot nicer, I think. So yeah, cute little present. Could just be a stocking filler, but if it's somebody that's got nearly everything already, maybe they just haven't got one of these. So there we go, there's the corner punch. Moving on. Okay, so this is probably going to look very small. I'll bring it up a bit. This I believe was a chopstick rest, but it can be used as a paintbrush rest. And you can buy little sets of 3 or 4 of these, which I think, you know, if you just want to have your desk looking nice, they're rather cute. So something like that, and they don't cost very much. Then I think, you know, they're mostly called chopstick rests, I think, but I would suggest that they make really nice paintbrush rests. And yeah, that could go in like a little Christmas cracker for someone. I think that would be quite cute. Anyway, this is mine, which I love, so we'll pop you over there. Now then, what else might we do? Oh yes, travel watercolor brushes. So I'll give a link to this set, which wasn't too expensive, on Amazon. So the artist that you know, or yourself, might be thinking travel brushes would be good. So I'm trying to think what sizes come in this one. So that's a size 8, and these kind of screw on. And then I think this, oh, hold on, no, maybe this isn't the right set. Bear with me then. Try again. I think this is my spares. Right, you can see why I got confused, because I have more than one set. Anyway, let's start again. So this set comes with a size 12 round, and there you go, you put the end on, so you've got a nice long brush, and then it's got the hole in the bottom so that the brushes don't go mouldy. Then we've got a size 8, and I think the other one is a 4 maybe. Yeah, size 4. So you've got 3 different sizes of travel brush in a nice little pouch, which if you or your artist friend hasn't got any travel brushes, I've used these and I think that they are well worth the money. So that is my next suggestion. So what have we got next? Oh yes, this is the Lightwish sketchbook. It is cotton, it's 300 GSM, and it's a square shape. And I have been loving, this is my second one that I'm using, but I have been really loving using these sketchbooks. So I just think that because they lay flat, you could try and go across 2 pages. I never have, but I think, you know, it doesn't matter which way you turn it round, you're going to have a nice flat surface because of these rings. So I'm loving them. The fact that I'm using my second one tells me that I'm, you know, this is one that I'm happy to recommend. 100% cotton, acid free, cold pressed, 300 GSM, 20 sheets, or 40 if you use both sides like I do. I think the Lightwish square watercolor sketchbook is well worth purchasing. So that is my next suggestion. And I have used acrylic, I've used pencils, I've used neo colors, I've used watercolor. Yeah, I've used everything in this and it holds up really well. Okay, moving on. So I'm next going to recommend the C. White of Brighton Concertina sketchbook. And this is the one that I completed for Inktober. So yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed using this concertina. That's what we mean by concertina. You can move continuously, you know, across the pages. It comes with a little sleeve that you can keep it in and then label it up, which I think is lovely. This is what it looks like. I've got 2 more of these on the shelf ready to be used. So I'm really happy to, you know, recommend the C. White Concertina sketchbook as something that would make a good present, a good gift, especially if that person maybe hasn't even tried a concertina sketchbook. It would be something different, something new. So that is my next suggestion. Let's see what else I've got up my sleeve. Well, actually it's 3 things, because these have been my most favourite books really for this year. And so let's start with the Kate Rebecca Leach book. This one is called Creative Abstract Watercolour, the Beginner's Guide to Expressive and Imaginative Painting. And I used one of these somewhere here, as or maybe even more than one, as an inspiration for some of my paint calms. I just think if you're starting out and you want to get used to using your watercolors, or you just want to do things that are really calming, and you know, not too difficult, then this has got some lovely things for you to do. But it does also give you all the information that you need on getting started with watercolor. So I would highly recommend this particular book by Kate Rebecca Leach, the Creative Abstract Watercolor book. The other two books really by Inga Buivodavici. The first one that I got was called Painting Calm. This was a present from my son and his girlfriend. I'm guessing that must have been December 2023. And I'm still loving this book. I think it is just full of beauty. If you're liking the sort of natural leaves and botanicals and flowers, it's full of how to do so many of those things, including the colors to use. I really love the inside of this. So you've even got swatches of the colors that she normally uses. And then when you're wanting to paint something and follow along with what she's doing, then like this one, for example, she shows you the colors and takes you through the different steps. This is once you've learned some of the basic kind of shapes that you're going to need to make. But it's just a joy to even look at, to be honest. That's where I was working out a color palette, obviously. But yes, obviously I'm flicking through this quite quickly, but I have done a review on this before. So yeah, if you go through my book reviews on my playlist on my channel, then you should be able to find this one. And because I like that one so much, which was a present, I then bought this one for myself, which is the Wild Watercolor book by Inga Buivodavici. This one also is just as lovely, and I've also done many of the projects. Here we go. Many of the projects in here, and she takes you through everything, all the techniques that you're going to use, gets you to practice them. And I think, is this the one? No, I was thinking of something else. But yeah, you can see it gives you the colors yet again. Here's one that goes from start to finish for the fluffy red panda. She gives you some information, some preparation that you might need to do, and then takes you through everything step by step by step until you get this cute chap. So yeah, I've done the koi fish, I've done this snake. This turned out beautifully there. But it's full of lovely insects, wildlife, animals, and yeah, I love that one. So yeah, two books by Inga Buivodavici I think are well worth mentioning, and none of these books were very expensive. They were all under £20. So this is something that might be of interest. I will find a link to one that I can find on Amazon, but purchasing a wooden box whereby you can fit your paints in, and then this is basically for mixing. This particular one I've looked and I can't find it, but I can find something similar. This came with a little watercolor pad as well, so, and you can see the colors that I decided to put in mine. I just think if someone likes touchy-feely wooden boxes, something that might feel a little bit special, then you could maybe get one of these wooden boxes. They come empty, but what you could do is maybe buy, you know, a couple of tubes of paint to go with it as a starting point or something. But I thought that that might make you know, a nice gift for someone. So yeah, it just looks rather smart as a nice little wooden palette box. And now I've got mine all muddled up, haven't I? There we go. And then it does up there. So another little idea for a gift: if the person that you know never has enough pencil cases, then I think that this one is rather lovely. I'll zip it up because you can use it in a number of ways. So you can have it so that it's quite slim at the bottom there, and then you've got this mesh part. You've got a pocket here, and then you've got your couple of elasticated spaces, and then this pocket goes right down to the bottom, and then you've got this zippered section here, and then that all, there's my zipper, that all does up, and you also get this little handle with it. But you can also, let me just open it back up again because we'll need to see. You'll see that there is, where is it gone? Here we go. You've got another zip here, and if you undo this zip, then it really bumps up the depth of the pencil case. So I think that that is a you know, is a brilliant idea. So, you know, small or bigger, and it's quite a nice design on this one. So yeah, maybe you could buy that and the Caran d'Ache Neocolour 2s. What a lovely gift that would be. So yeah, I think that this pencil case is useful. It's got lots of different areas to keep things in, and the capacity to be made thinner or fatter depending on how you want to use it. So there we go. That is a little pencil case idea that I think is a nice one. And then finally, for this gift ideas video, I'll try and find some similar things. I really cannot remember where I got these from, but these little tins that then have you know, candles in, and I think that, you know, having one next to you while you're doing your painting or drawing or sketching. Oh, that one's lovely. That one's obviously lavender. Are a really cute idea, and quite often you can get them in boxes of 3 or 4. And I think that even though it's not art related in that it's a material that someone is going to use or a tool that someone is going to use, I think that these most artists would love a nice scented candle to you know, have lit and you know, beside them while they're working. So I think that's probably it. I've tried not to pick anything that is hugely expensive. Times are difficult for us all at the moment, so there is a huge range, many of which are under £10, some of which are a bit more. I don't think there's anything that's much more than £50, and that is not very many of those that I've shown you. So I hope that that's interesting for some of you. What I think I will do is I will do a separate video for for maybe the more expensive gifts, whereas these are ones that hopefully are going to be ones that most people will be able to find something that would work for them on their budget. All right, stay safe, stay healthy, stay calm. Until I see you next time, thanks so much for watching. Bye bye for now.